everyone, I'm Kaitlin.
And I'm Jillian.
And we are the hosts of the OK Drama podcast.
We're two friends, that is us, break down and recap K-dramas one episode at a time.
Woo!
Hello. It has...
Did you say oh or hello?
I said hello.
Oh, okay.
You looked at me very confused. It's been a minute.
I know. I was like all out of sorts. None of my stuff was where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I forgot how to do this already.
Yeah, all of my shit was unplugged and like put away because, guys, we survived the
snowpocalypse.
The snowpocalypse, snowvid times, as they say.
What a fucking weird week. I kept telling Andrew that all week last week. What a fucking weird week, huh? What a weird week. Just over and over again. It was so bizarre.
I know. I was like, thankfully, one of the few people that had all, what would you call that? Like, necessities the whole time. Like, I had power, I had internet, I had water, basically the whole time. So yeah. I am, like, very lucky.
Yeah, we had power and internet the whole time, which was great. Basically, for those of you that don't live in Texas, we had a giant winter storm out of nowhere, and there was actual snow.
And no one was prepared.
And nobody was prepared. Even I saw it like a couple days before, and I was like, it's going to snow a little bit, and then it's going to melt the next morning. Boring. And that did not happen.
No. I feel like Alex was the only one prepared, because he was like, did you and Karen make a strategy before you left on Friday for what's going to happen on Tuesday? And I was like, no, we talked about getting cupcakes for someone's birthday.
Oh my god, amazing.
And I was like, our office is more just take things as they come.
Yeah. It was just like, one day it was just snowing all day long. Like, I'd look out the window and be like, yep, it's still going.
Did you see that meme of the little chihuahua with, I think it was photoshopped, like a little Spurs beanie on? And it was like me looking outside to see if the snow is still there.
Oh my god, I did not see that.
But
cute.
I was like, that's so me, just like peeking out the window like, it's still going.
Yeah, the great thing was, like, we lost water for a while and that sucked, but like, I was off of work that entire week. And it was pretty amazing. And I told Andrew, like, can we just get the air mattress? And we got the air mattress and put it in the little living room, like, in between the sofa and the TV. So we just had, like, a giant bed, including the sofa. And all of us were there, like, all day, every day, basically. I watched so much Dateline. It was amazing.
That's great. Yeah, I had to work. So that was stressful. Because it was like, I'm going to wake up and just see what hell I have to deal with.
That was Andrew also.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, apparently even snowpocalypse will not stop people from trying to lend money. So, anyway, it was fine though. Like, I worked less, and Alex basically watched all of the Marvel movies that are on Disney Plus. So,
nice.
But yeah, it was an experience for sure. All that's to say, we haven't podded in a while. So,
we took a mini break.
We
but
did.
We're back.
Yeah, and also I watched episodes 13 and 14 like a week ago again.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen them.
Sure, we'll do our best. And I think as we talk about it, it'll jog our memory.
Totally. We'll start to remember.
Yeah, but first, guys, if you want to talk to us about your experience with snowpocalypse, maybe it wasn't the one that just happened, but I know there's been snowstorms all over the globe.
Many a snowstorm.
Climate change and whatnot. Tell us how you did.
Were you prepared?
Yeah. Did you do okay? I hope you're okay. So yeah, talk to us on the internet. On Twitter, at OKDramaPod. Instagram, OKDramaPodcast. Email, okdramapodcast@gmail.com. Also, we will be having some polls coming up soon for Next Drama and for the OK Drama Awards. What are you wearing to the awards? Let us know on Twitter. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Let us know what we should watch next. We also have a website where you can just, like, look at the thumbnails that I chose for all of the previous episodes. Mm-hmm. There's links to previous episodes. There's links to our Etsy, to our Patreon, to Daebak Box and Fashion Chingu, where we'll get a little commission if you buy something using our link. And yeah, check out our Etsy. It has some cute stuff. Become a patron. You get bonus episodes. Stuff. And we did the To All the Boys I Loved series for the month of February. And I don't know what we're doing in March, but we'll do something.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
Are there any leprechaun dramas?
You know what I thought of? Did you remember that movie? Oh God, what was it called? It was a Disney movie. It was like where the boy on the basketball team like becomes a leprechaun.
Oh my God. Yes. I haven't seen that in years.
Me neither.
Same with the boy that like becomes a dolphin or something.
Is that doesn't he become a mermaid?
Maybe it's a mermaid. I don't remember. Just a lot of boys becoming things.
Yeah. I do remember the movie where those Jewish boys got a black basketball coach, and he was like, I'm going to teach you how to full court press. And something about Hanukkah in there also. I don't know. I remember it being very inspiring.
There's some unusual Disney live-action films.
Yeah. I really loved Brink. Is that what it was called?
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
It was that movie with everyone rollerblading.
I'm still not jogging any memories.
Was it not called Brink? Oh, no, it was. Okay, cool. Eric Von Detten. Do you know who that guy is? Mm-hmm. He's the guy in Princess Diaries, the blonde guy. That, like, the teen heartthrob. He played a bunch of teen heartthrobs in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s for, like, Disney stuff.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it is a, what did I just say? Why can't I? Rollerblading. It's a rollerblading movie, because it was 1998 and people rollerbladed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, how do we start?
I didn't see that one.
It's pretty good. I mean, like, 6-year-old Kaitlin thought it was great, so.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
So we're probably not going to do any of those on Patreon unless you want us to. But I think, I'm going to do an upcoming drama with Cousin David. It's just timing issues on that. We still need to finish Kim's Convenience, so look forward to that. All that's to say, we also did Strangers from Hell and Sky Castle and some other stuff. So check it out.
Some movies.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that's basically it.
Should we jump into this?
I think so. We've already gone on like 2 tangents, so.
All right. We are on lucky number 13. I'm saying lucky. The synopsis says, as Chungshin becomes nearly unstoppable, the counters learn there may be a way to defeat him for good. Motok gets justice for Jong-young. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the episode starts with Chungshin and his demon gang arriving at a children's home where Chungshin actually spent part of his youth. And we're like, oh, okay, so this is starting to explain his backstory.
Yeah.
And why he is the way he is.
Yes, and like how he had a dad, but not really a dad. So,
yeah, when they arrive, he finds his, quote, first father, and he wakes him up. And the man is startled at first and, like, thinks it's an intruder and wants to shoot him or whatever. But then he sees who it is, and he becomes happy. And he's, like, giving him a hug, and then the man sees the scar on his head. And then we get a flashback of young Chungshin being hurt, and we learn that he was abused as a boy and abused by that man. who, like, runs the children's home. And then I'm sure eventually gets abused by the dad that adopts him, and just overall shitty life.
Yeah, a cycle of abuse.
Yeah.
For this guy.
Yeah. And we cut back to the present, and the old man becomes violent again because he realizes, like, oh, he's here to, like, fuck shit up. Like, he's coming for me. So he tries to shoot him with the gun, but Chung-shin is a crazy demon and turns the gun on him again, like he likes to do, and causes the man to shoot himself. So he's technically like, I didn't do it. And that's what he could always say, is I didn't do it. They shot themselves.
Yeah, he's just at the scene of many suicides.
Yes, a shotgun suicide.
And his little, like, husband murdering demon pal is like, oh shit. Like, she's like, why are we here?
Yeah, what is happening? What are we doing at a fucking kid's place? Like, take me somewhere fun. I don't want to be here.
We have money.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We cut back to the counters, and they see Chung-shin and his gang back in the news. The counters go to Young to discuss how to defeat Chung-shin, but the spirits in Young confirm that Chung-shin and his demons have finally become, or Chung-shin and his demon in particular, have finally become one. So he's like crazy powerful at this point, and like supposedly can't even die.
Yeah. I just want to raise a point really quickly before we go into this. Like, if you were a person living in this town and you saw the supposed serial murderer actually alive and, like, back on the loose in the news, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck was that press conference from the mayor about?
Yes, exactly.
Like, thousands of red flags. Like,
All
who
over
was
the
in
place.
that car? Like,
yeah, we still don't know.
Yeah,
I wonder if we're ever going to find out. Like,
probably not.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm just like, they just were like, this guy's on the news again. Like, but they made such a big deal about catching him and him being dead. Like,
and it bringing, like, the mayor all these good points and success. Even though the mayor didn't actually do shit. Like,
right.
The car was already exploded. Ridiculous.
Anyway.
So everyone at this point is a little disheartened by the situation, but the spirits offer a solution. They explain that there could be a way to defeat Chung-shin, but it's old and dangerous. They bring out these magical staffs, and they create what they call a barrier. And creating the barrier takes a tremendous amount of energy from them, but the demons who are inside of this barrier lose their abilities, and they become very weak, which means if he becomes weak, they can take him. They can get him.
I thought the, like, barrier or whatever, like, the noises everyone was making when they were creating the barrier.
Right.
Just like, eh.
I forgot about that. I noticed it even more so when the counters do it later on.
Yes.
And it was just, because it just kept cutting. It kept cutting from one to the next. I was like, oh my god, what are these sounds? Oh my god. Egon is making his sound right now. Yeah. He's holding a staff out there. He's creating a barrier in this house.
His little eyes are rolling back.
Yes. Egon, stop. Let me see, where was I? Alright, so Wiegand explains that So-moon will need to summon the territory inside the barrier if he wants to beat Chung-shin. So it's like all these different barriers and territories and this and that coming together to hopefully catch this guy. And it's not like set in stone either that it'll happen. Yeah. So the counters start to plan their attack while So-moon practices summoning the territory. Meanwhile, Motak is obsessed with finding Jung-young's murderer, of course, right? He stakes out the crime scene and finally finds the owner of a vehicle who could have black box footage from that night. I love that they all have cameras in their cars. I know. It's amazing.
My mom said, too, like, the black boxes have, like, little phone numbers on them. So, like, or a lot of cars have their people's phone numbers just on a sticker on the car. So you can be like, hey, like, you're blocking me or something. Like, you can just call. Yeah. Also, I loved how the guy was, like, You caught your woman cheating.
Yes. And Motak is like, no, that's not what happened. He's like, no, I understand. It happened to me too.
Yeah.
Why do people always come to parking lots to cheat? So ridiculous.
Poor man.
So Motak finally watches the video, and it's sad. Like, I don't know. You don't want to see stuff like that.
No.
You don't want to see someone come up to the car of your partner and just see the light from the gun. Ugh.
Yeah, it's awful.
He gives this footage to Jung-young's partner, Han Ul. Thank you.
I think.
Han Ul runs into the chief's office, and so he has like a conversation with Motak before. And Motak's like, can I actually trust you, or are you lying? You know, like, I need to make sure that this evidence isn't going to disappear with you. And then they have like a conversation that we don't see. And then it cuts to Han Ul running into the chief's office, who is there with that other shithead detective. And he tells him like that he has evidence of Jung-young's death. And at that point, Han Ul is secretly bugging the office under the desk with a little thingamajig that's recording everything. And the chief is just like, okay, good job, thanks. And then he leaves the room. Yeah. And then everyone in the station hears the chief and the other shitty detective confessing to the murder and talking about, like, we have to cover this shit up. You said you got rid of everything. We need to do this, that, and the other thing. Like
you're going down with me if
yes.
this gets, like... I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, I don't want Hanul or Hangul, whatever the fuck his name is, to be a bad guy. But
I know. It made me a little bit worried at first, but I was like, I don't know. He was so nice to her. I can't imagine that he would do this, you know? And I'm glad he didn't.
No, yeah, because he just looks so serious the whole time. And
yeah.
Like, oh god. What a good actor. Good job for him.
I just texted Andrew to try to get Egon out of the way. It's annoying. All right, so the chief walks out, that guy walks out, and then everyone is staring at them like, we just heard you.
Yeah.
And then they arrest them, and then Motak comes in, and he's super heartbroken because the chief used to be his partner, and he trusted him, and he looked up to him, and he thought of him as a friend, and couldn't imagine him actually doing something like that, and that's terrible. That's fucked up.
I was really happy that, like, all the other police officers and detectives or whatever were like, we're fucking taking you in. Like, because I'm sure, like, Jung-young wasn't the only one who was like, this is fucked up.
Right. Yeah, she was probably just the only one that wasn't scared.
Yeah. Because she had nothing to lose, I guess, because Motak was already gone for her, so.
Terrible.
I know.
We then get a quick scene of Tae-shin confronting Hong-gyu and telling him to pick a side between him and the mayor. And then we cut back to So-moon and his friends, and they see the mayor's son being bullied. And they're just kind of staring, but then So-moon sticks up for him and offers to help. And Hyuk-gyu, the mayor's son, is embarrassed and ignores him, kind of talks trash. He's all, like, bloodied and nasty, and it's like, come on, dude, like... Take the friends you can get, honestly.
Right.
Because your quote-unquote friends didn't really give a shit about you. They just wanted your money, apparently.
Yeah.
We then see the mayor, who's meeting with his secretary, Miss Jung, and he appears to be, like, spiraling and losing it at this point. And he's scheming about how to get back at his political rival. He's trying to figure out how to fix things, and he's just like, give it up, man.
Yeah, he's, like, almost manic, and his secretary, or whatever she is just like, holy shit, like... Yeah. It's not good.
Downward spiral, man. Tae-shin and Chingu, they look sinister as they approach Miss Jung as she walks out of the police station. They're like, hey, we need to talk to you. And she goes with them, but I guess I would too, because, I mean, they're fucking crazy and murderers. Or hire people to murder.
Pull her into the van also, so...
Tae-shin goes to meet the mayor after his encounter with her, and he basically breaks up with the mayor and he's like, hey, look at what I found here. And it's footage of the mayor murdering Kim Young-nim. Mm-hmm. And the mayor is like, oh my god. This sucks.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm fucking done, y'all.
Uh-huh.
Cannot. It's over. Like that girl on King of the Hill who has to escort Hank out of the school. She's like the hall monitor, and she's like, oh, yeah. It's over, Mr. Hill. She has to like escort him out.
Yeah, it... Also, Tayshin is like so fucking shady the whole time.
He don't give a fuck.
He's like, you disrespected me?
I'll disrespect you. We then cut to Mayok, who is comforting So-moon, and reassures him that they will be able to defeat Chung-shin. She encourages him to go hang out with his friends, have some fun, forget about this for a moment. And then So-moon realizes that he can summon the territory with his desire to save people, not kill people, like Wiegand made him believe. And he realizes this after he saves a little boy from being hit by a truck, and he like flies in the air with this kid.
All these dang trucks, man.
I know. Good grief.
They need to get better brakes.
Yes. Or have more stop signs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'll talk about this more in other drama corner, but my Snowpocalypse show drama that I kind of binged, I haven't finished it yet. In that show, they had a woman who was like super heartbroken, and she was like walking through an intersection, and another big truck is like, bah, bah, and I'm like, you have time to stop, guys. Like, slow down. And of
I'm
course,
gonna honk, and if she doesn't move,
I guess that's it.
I honked at least. I told her I was coming.
But of course, like, a guy runs in and like pulls her out and saves her, whatever. But I'm like, guy, you had enough time. Or like at least swerve, like.
They act like they're on a fucking train track or something.
Exactly.
And they have no other route to go or no way of stopping on time.
Exactly. My goodness.
All right, so meanwhile, this is where things get interesting. Hana gets a vision of one of Chung-shin's demons preying on a little boy, preying like lurking and trying to get him, not praying, godly praying.
Yes.
Preying on a little boy at the children's hospital where they're all staying. So it's Chung-shin, it's that male guy that he got when he murdered that larger man, and then the woman. It's just 3 of them at this point. Yeah,
and I finally wrote down her name for episode 14.
Oh, perfect.
Hyung-hui. Her name is Hyung-hui.
So we then see Chung-shin save the boy from the other demon. And it seems like the human in Chung-shin has a soft spot for children and protecting them. Chung-shin ends up murdering that demon that was about to hurt the boy. He takes his soul and, of course, becomes even more powerful. It's like, oh, fuck. The gang rushes to get So-moon, and they meet Jang-mul at the children's hospital or children's home, and then they set up the barrier, and So-moon confronts Chung-shin. He is about to summon Chung-shin to Young, but the boy that Chung-shin saved fucking interferes.
I was so frustrated. Ugh.
And I'm just gonna say, because this wasn't in here, it wasn't typed up, but he saves a kid, yes. But the kid, like, sees him, if I'm not mistaken, kill this man.
Oh, I think so. Because the little boy runs away.
And suck up the soul. And then Chung-shin is, like, walking into the little kid's room, and the little kid hides under the blanket. I wouldn't have left that fucking bed. What is that kid doing running out in the middle of the night? Probably going down a bunch of stairs to get out there. Like, what is happening? Why did you go down there?
I know.
It was the most frustrating, like, 3 minutes or whatever.
It makes my heart hurt just thinking about it. Like, they were so close. But this little boy,
I don't want to be mean, but if I was So-moon, I would have just fucking pushed the kid really hard out of the way. Just finish the job. Like, fucking Mayok would have been able to heal the kid if he got hurt or whatever from a
and like erase his memory and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
like,
but just like don't let the kid just like pull at you and beg. Like you have a fucking job to do. This fucking demon human has killed so many people and has so many souls. You cannot let this little kid just fuck it all up in the matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have pushed that kid so hard. No offense, kid. I have a job to do.
Like,
get out of the fucking way. God damn it. This fucking kid begs him, and meanwhile, also you gotta think about, the counters are all around in a circle, all groaning, like they're in fucking pain, trying to create this barrier, and you're fucking around with this kid who's begging you, like, no, push the kid, do the job, save everyone, like, that's what you gotta do right now. And that doesn't happen. So he's holding So-moon back from summoning him. And then Chung-shin mocks So-moon one last time by telling him, watch what happens to your parents. And then he shoots himself.
I was shocked.
Oh my god.
I think I literally said, what the fuck? I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of gun action in this show.
Yeah.
A lot of gun murder. Oh, God. I think at that point I was just like, oh, no. Like, why? Why is this still happening? Why couldn't they do it? Mm-hmm. Fuck. And then...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I guess we can talk about this in a bit, but, like, I've seen some criticism online that, like, they may have tried to string this story out a little too long to fill 16 episodes. Because I was like, they did it! And I was like, oh my god, why? Yeah. So unsatisfying and really sad.
I feel like they could have taken care of him, but then What's-Her-Face could have gotten away. And then she could have been, like, the final, or, like, episode 15. And then episode 16 could just be, like, tying a little ribbon on everything. Yeah. I don't know. But, to make matters worse, he shoots himself. So-moon is distraught. He believes his parents' souls have died inside of Chung-shin and they'll never go to Young in the afterlife. And then we get a quick news break that the mayor has been found unconscious and unresponsive at the police station and is being rushed to the hospital. Yeah.
There's so much.
I know. Also, did he, like, slit his wrist with a button?
Yes. I guess he got it really sharp.
He really got into that vein with that button. Goddamn. I saw him, like, fucking around with the button, and I was just like, whatever. And then later on, they show him, and there was just, like, a ton of blood. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he, like, broke the button, I guess, so it was sharp, but I didn't know a button could be that sharp.
I didn't know either. I don't... It's TV, I guess.
Yeah. They were like, what could he use?
He was very determined.
Yeah.
I guess when you're determined enough, you can kill yourself with anything. But don't do that.
No, please don't.
Please don't do that. Just listen to this stupid podcast instead.
All right. So, shit gets even more wild in episode 14.
Tell me about it.
The synopsis says, Myung-hwee's son notices something about his father isn't quite right. When Baek-hyung-hwee kidnaps a young girl, the counters rush after her. Okay, so 14 starts. We're back with someone in the counters at the children's home. Someone is despondent, and Mayuk confirms that Chung-shin is dead. And Hyung-hwee drives off in shock. She was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Like, everyone is in shock. So she drives off. And
then she uses that kid as a fucking shield, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So again, that kid is, like, fucking shit up. just by being there.
Yeah. She uses him as a human shield. That kid. So, yeah, someone is like, please tell me you can, fucking revive him enough so that we can take him to Young. And no, it's a lost cause. Yeah. So then we come back to the mayor, and like you said, we see he's trying to commit suicide with a button after watching the video evidence of him murdering Kim Young-nim. And I love that it was caught on a pet cam. Like,
yes.
Pet cam for the win. Crazy. I am also scared that they murdered that dog. Because they talk about how there was animal blood, and I'm like, yeah. I hope they left that dog alone.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Poor baby. Okay, let's not think about that.
No.
So the mayor's rushed to the hospital, and Chung-shin's demon enters the mayor's body while he is unconscious in the ambulance. Mm-hmm. Very similar to like how Wiegand entered So-moon's body. This pop right in there, I guess. So So-moon and the Counters go visit Wiegand in Young, and she confirms that usually when the host of an evil spirit dies, the other spirits perish too. Which is like why it's so important that they don't kill the evil spirits. So obviously So-moon is super heartbroken, but he holds out hope that he can still reach his parents' souls. And everyone was like, you said he was
invincible, he couldn't die.
Yeah. And they were like, I didn't know.
Wiegand's like, I don't know everything.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So So-moon tells the other Counters he needs to take some time off to search for his parents' souls. And Hana's like, wait, don't you think that Chung-shin's demon was so strong that it could have found a new host? Like, that demon didn't even really need Chung-shin's body anymore. So...
like, literally just needed him as, like, a vessel.
Yes.
To move around in.
As, like, a fucking human sack puppet thing. So, the Counters rally around So-moon and offer their support. They're like, we've got you. It's fine. I guess we don't need to take care of the other demons running around. Like, it's fine. So, Shin Hyuk-yu visits his dad. So, the mayor's son visits the mayor in the hospital. And starts to smother him with a pillow. Mm-hmm. He hates his dad. Mm-hmm. But then a nurse walks in and he gets all flustered and, like, runs out. But then we see that the demon is using Myung-hui as the new host for realsies. I think he's, like, on the ceiling or something, and he's like, fucking gotcha to Myung-hui, and I would have been so freaked out. I mean...
hell yeah.
I'm not that level of evil, so maybe but I guess what I'm saying is he didn't seem freaked out enough.
Yeah. He was just like, oh, okay.
Okay. Let's
this is me now.
New look. Mm-hmm. So they are living their new life together, and Myung-hui starts getting back to business, and he calls Tae-shin, and they meet on the roof of the hospital. And Tae-shin at this point is still like looking super smug, and he's like, "Oh shit, you almost killed yourself, bud." But like. Gotcha still.
Yes.
But then Myung-hui starts using his demon powers, and he basically makes Tae-shin kneel and, like, puts him back in his place. And Tae-shin, of course, all these fucking asshole dudes just, like, crumble immediately. Mm-hmm. And they're like, sorry.
I didn't mean that. It was a joke.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, I just jokingly was going to release footage of you murdering someone. It's fine. So, Tae-shin is alarmed and warns Chingu that the mayor has become powerful. He's like, guys, this is not good.
Yeah, I think he says something like, he's got the same shit Chung-shin had.
Yeah. Whatever they were on, he's got it. So then oh god, this next part was really sad. So we cut back to Mayok, and I'm happy we're learning more about her story and Suho's story. So she prepares for the anniversary of Suho's death, and she has dinner with his widow. And the woman reveals she is getting remarried. And Mayok is, like, super sweet and very understanding and, like, really happy for her daughter-in-law to, like, be moving on and, you know, like, living life again, basically.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, she's also kind of sad because she misses her son. And it's a tough situation. So Mayok goes to visit Suho and Young, and she tells him about his wife. And, like I said, they both are, like, happy that, you know, they're both happy that that woman is happy, but they're both sad because they're not there. And that made me really sad, because then Suho's picture of him and his wife just, like, fades away.
That was shitty.
I know. I'm like, who did that? Did you do that?
He can't even keep the photo?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. So sad. And I felt so bad for that woman, because obviously she was, like, so torn up. Like, thinking about giving her the invitation. And she was like, or when Mayok was like, so tell me about the guy. She was like, he's fine. He's just an average dude. He treats me well. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes it's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Just, like, not an asshole. Someone who is nice to me. Okay. So, we are back with Chingu and his gang. And they go visit the mayor at home because they're like, okay, well, we have to get back in his good graces again. And Myung-hui wastes no time and murders them. He's like, we're donezo. I guess also the demon is not at full strength too. Like,
yes, he's hurt from, like, the barrier and stuff.
Yeah, so, like, neither, I guess, being is up to their full strength. So they have to, like, do some soul-sucking to...
Yes.
To get back up to speed. So, Hyuk-yu comes home and notices all the shoes in front of the door, and he's like, what's going on? So he sneaks up to his father's office, and he sees the bodies, kind of just like, I think he just sees some, like, feet poking out or something like that, like, and he kind of knows what's up, and he runs up to his room, and panicking, obviously. But then the demon senses him, and Myung-hui basically has to fight the inner demon to not murder his son. But what's really shitty is he says, not yet.
Yes. And then the demon's even like, you want to protect him? He fucking tried to smother you the other day. Yeah. Your kid hates you. Let's kill him.
Yeah. And poor Hyuk-yu is just, like, holding on to the door, like, so that it doesn't open. Terrified. So stressful. Okay, so then there's, like, a lot of mini storylines in this episode. We are with So-eun, who was the little girl who was sick a few episodes ago, and her uncle. They go visit the counters at the noodle shop, and everyone is happy to learn that she's getting better. I think she's in remission or something along those lines. Her uncle explains that they will continue their fight against the mayor and Taishin. And he is like, now that she's getting healthy again, like, we can go back at it. I think they're maybe going to be interviewed or something.
Yeah, like, I think Jung-mil was saying, like, do it at my hotel. Like,
oh, yeah.
Have all the press there. Yeah, like, yeah. I can set this all up and we'll fucking do it big.
Yeah. So, again, cutting back later that day, So-moon stops Hyuk-yu from being bullied again and senses that Myung-hui is the new host. I think he, like, sees...
He, like, touches his arm or something. Or...
Yeah. Hana stops So-moon from breaking into the house, and she takes him back to meet the other counters, because he's, like, fucking ready to go in there again. But she's like, no, remember what happened last time. Like, you can't do this. So they realize that the demon is hiding while regaining strength and is probably plotting something new, as the demon now knows about the barrier. So that sucks. It's no longer a sneak attack. So the demon murdering husband, Hyung-hui, is lost without her leader and is about to kill a random person in a motel who's like, turn the TV down.
Oh, yeah.
When Chung-shin's demon contacts her. Because she's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I'm like, why don't... I guess, like, she's on the wanted list or whatever. But I don't know. I'm like, really? I think she still had the fake passport. Anyway, whatever. She's not in a good spot. And Myung-hui gives her a task, and she's happy to be back with her demon boss, even though she hated him, or hates him. Tae-shin is also pulled into the kidnapping scheme that the demon is planning. So he's just using all these assholes. So Somun confronts Hyokyu about his dad. And I'm like, will they team up in the future? Will this be a redemption story? Maybe, I don't know. While the rest of the counters go searching for the mayor. Hana senses So-eun being kidnapped by Hyung-hui, and we realize that the mayor has, like, kidnapped Hyung-hui because he hears wind, I guess, of them doing the press conference, and he's like, no, we can't have that happen. Like, I have too much shit going on.
Yeah.
We cannot add this to the fire. So Hyung-hui brings the little girl to Tae-shin, and they're, like, under an overpass or, like, in some shady-looking area. And she's like, okay, let me get my money. Tae-shin and his crew start to pour gas onto the car with So-eun inside. So fucked up. You're gonna burn this little girl alive? Like...
They did that to whoever that person was.
I know, but she's a child.
They don't care.
They're awful. Shitty. Thankfully, our noodle gang arrives, and they take down Tae-shin and his little gang of shitheads. Someone saves So-eun while Motak beats the crap out of Tae-shin. Hana tries to fight Hyung-hui on her own, but the demon gets away. Alright, so the next day, Tae-shin is arrested because I guess they have whatever testimony or evidence that he was involved. And he's heckled by an angry crowd in front of the police station, which this is something that I kind of love about, I don't know if this happens in real life in Korea or just like K-dramas, where like the bad guys are being walked into the police station and everyone boos them and like throws shit at them.
Yes.
It's really good when they're actually the bad guy. It's not good when they're an innocent person. But anyway. So, he is heckled, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Jungwoo and the rest of the counters watch as Tae-shin begins to face justice. And it's awesome. For now, hopefully. Hyung-hui visits Myung-hui. And he tells her not to freak out because she's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, we got these people on our backs again. This is too much. And he's like, you need to chill. I've got this under control. So Hana tells the counters that she has found the mayor by following Hyung-hui the night that she kidnapped So-eun. So, like, she thought she got away, but actually Hana was just kind of, like, tailing her. The counters decide to wait to use the barrier until they can get the mayor by himself, since it seems like it would be too difficult to have both of the powerful demons in the barrier at once. Because when it was Hyung-hui and Chung-shin, like, they were both taken out, but, like, there was just, like, her fucking yelling off to the side. Like,
yeah.
You just don't need that extra.
Yeah, you don't need an extra person.
Right. So, the counters head to Myung-hui's hideout and start to create the barrier after they see Hyung-hui drive away. Okay, I don't know what I said, if I actually said Myung-hui or Hyung-hui. All these names are very similar. But yeah, the mayor's hideout, and they create the barrier after Hyung-hui drives away. So everyone seems a little on edge because they're like, I don't know if this is going to work again, and this is really hard, and it's, you know, it's not as ideal as the first go-round. So So-moon enters the house after the barrier has been created, and the barrier breaks just as So-moon starts to confront the mayor, and we see that Hyung-hui has broken Hana's staff, and it turns out that, I guess the demon sensed Hana following Hyung-hui, so they basically lured them into a trap.
Yeah.
And as soon as the barrier went up, Hyung-hui drove back or whatever and just, like, starts to beat the shit out of Hana. And she also mocks Hana for letting her family die, which is awful, and I want to learn more about Hana's story because she kind of insinuates that maybe Hana poisoned her family.
Yes, that's what I got from that sentence as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So take it. So-moon tries to summon the territory and fight the mayor, but the demon is really strong, and he beats So-moon. Myung-hui starts to brag about becoming stronger, but then So-moon finds the strength to stand up, because he's, like, out on the floor while Myung-hui's doing his, like, little villain speech. And, yeah, end of episode when little So-moon stands back up. Wow.
It's a good one.
I know, it's a lot.
Yeah. Getting to the end here, and they're trying to close everything up at this point.
Yeah. Predictions?
Well, I hope in episode 15 they finally fucking take this demon out.
Yes.
I don't want this demon in episode 16.
No, thank you.
I'm really hoping that the beginning of 15 they'll take care of him. Maybe not take care of what's-her-face for a little while, but get back to her, like, mid to late episode in 15. And then 16, I hope it's just kind of, like, tying the knot on everything.
Yes. Mini spoiler. I think I told you maybe in a previous week, but this does have a season 2.
Oh, yeah, you told me that you had heard that there was maybe going to be one, but not, like, full confirmation yet.
I think it's been confirmed.
Cool.
I'm not 100% certain, but people are just talking about season 2 like it's going to happen, so.
Interesting. Yeah. I picture episode 16, like, ending with the noodle gang and Jungmul all sitting around the table, eating noodles, slurping away. And then Hana's like, I hear someone. And then they leave their noodles and they run away. That's what's going to happen, like, the last scene.
Okay.
And then season 2 will start off with them in that moment, capturing whoever.
Yeah. I hope that's what happens. I really don't want to lose any more counters.
Yeah, I feel like if there's a season 2, they're not going to take a counter.
Yeah.
They're not going to kill anyone.
What I'm worried about is that they will, so that there can be a new counter in season 2.
No.
No, okay.
No.
I don't want that to happen.
I reject that theory.
Okay.
I don't like that.
I don't either. I am just concerned. Because we have 2 older counters on the team. I kind of skipped over this, but Jungmul was, like, very sweet towards Mayok in this episode.
I want to know his story.
I know, me too. He's so cool.
Because he's not a counter. He's a little sugar daddy.
Yeah, he's, like, a not active counter. Yeah,
like, I want to know his whole deal. Like, how did his life turn out this way? I don't know.
Yeah. How did he get to wear cool suits and cool earrings and drive fancy cars?
Was he really in prison? And then he turned his life around? Who knows?
Yeah, I would like to see Hyokyu maybe team up with So-moon to take his dad down. That would be great.
Yeah, there was that scene at the store where Chung-shin, like, looked at him. Like, there was a demon inside of him.
That's kind of what I'm worried about.
Yeah, but nothing has come out since then. And I feel like maybe he just sensed that he was a shitty person and, like, easily susceptible to a demon entering.
Yeah.
And he just figured, like, this kid, no. Like, he's not good. He'll have a demon in no time. But hopefully, like, everything that's happened, he'll change his ways and become a better person.
I hope so.
Another thing we can maybe see in 16 is So-moon and his two friends, and then what's-his-face joining them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
And it's like, we all get along now, and, like, we forgive each other, just like how So-moon forgave his friend for picking on him.
Yes, for throwing rocks at him. So shitty.
Kids, man.
I know. A kid threw a rock at my dad when he was a kid. I think it was kind of racist, so we don't really need to go down that thing. But anyway.
My dad used to just apparently have, like, dirt rock fights. And they would get, like, massive dirt rocks and chunk them at each other to where they would, like, get hit in the face with a dirt rock and would bleed and shit. Like,
yeah. Kids are weird. Too much.
Yeah, my dad was like, I'd be all over town riding my bike, and we'd be getting in fights, and we'd have, like, our little bike gangs. Oh, my God. Lord. Meanwhile, I was at home playing The Sims, getting them locked in swimming pools.
Starting fires.
Yes. Learning Simlish.
I was, like, sewing Beanie Baby clothes because I was fucking weirdo.
That's cute.
Only child.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Yeah. So I had a very different childhood than your dad.
Yeah, I mean, I did too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, take 16, or the next 2 episodes as it comes. I'm hoping we get a nice little tie in a bow ending. I want them to, like, do enough so that I feel satisfied, but also have, like, maybe a little nugget to set up season 2.
I feel ya. And if they kill a counter, I will be pissed. If they kill Jung-mul, I'm not watching.
You're not watching season 2?
I'm not watching season 2 if you kill Jung-mul. Because he is perfect, and he is precious.
Yeah.
And he must be protected at all costs.
Yes. Protect Jung-mul. Okay. Well, do you have any fashion?
Yes, God!
No.
No, I don't either. I mean, just, like, more Jung-mul is awesome.
Yeah,
I don't remember anything else.
Hana always has great hair. That's about it.
Did you notice the pink mascara?
I did, yes.
Okay.
It's interesting. Interesting look to go with when you're trying to be inconspicuous.
No.
When you're trying not to be noticed.
That lady's weird. With her sharp nails.
She's an unusual character.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have an I love you?
The kid protecting Chungshin.
Aww.
I guess that kid felt obligated because he saved him from that murdering demon.
He was just trying to do what he thought was right, but get out the way.
Damn kid.
Yeah, mine was Jung-mul and Mayok / Mayok with her daughter-in-law and Mayok with Suho. Just, like, a lot of Mayok, a lot of sad love going around.
She's sweet.
Yeah, she is. So much nicer than the shitty aunt.
Oh my God.
Goblin.
Don't even remind me of that character.
I realized, I don't know if we talked about this in, like, Hey, I Know That Guy, but Jong-mil plays, like, a real creep in 100 Days My Prince. So it's nice to see him and not play a creep. Like, he just is kind of, like, a funny creep, I guess. Like, it's set in, like, the olden times. Like, in the 1500s or something. I don't know. And he's, like, keeps trying to marry the main character. He's like, come be one of my wives. And she's like, no, you're gross. And because he's, like, the head of the little village or whatever. So he's kind of, like, there for comedic relief, but also he's an asshole.
And a creep. Yeah, so. It's interesting to see certain actors in certain roles and then not being able to see them as anything else. Yeah. Because they made such an impression on you. Like, that actress's role in Goblin made such an impression on me. We're just like, ugh, God. Trash. You're a trash human. And then it was a little bit hard the first couple of episodes of this show to see past that. And now I'm like, okay, no, you're good. No,
you're mediocre.
You're cool, yeah. Not that ant.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am with Jong-mil. I mean, I think he got probably the same amount of screen time in both shows. Like, not a lot. Just kind of, like, little sprinkles.
He needs more in the series. Yeah. It's such a good role. It's so fun.
Totally. But anyway, I love it. I'm kind of sad for it to be over, but I am excited because there's a few other dramas I want to watch. We have maybe Reply 1988.
Oh, yeah.
There is another drama that I want to watch called Love Struck in the City. It has Ji Chang-wook, who was in the K2, the main guy. It has the woman who played the second female lead in Descendants of the Sun. I can't remember her name right now. It has Kim Ki-bum from Descendants of the Sun.
Kim Ki-bum.
It has one of the guys from Shiny. So that one's more of like a rom-com, I think. And then there is one, I think, called Run On, which people have been talking about. I think it's kind of like a rom-com / like, I'm gonna stick up to my parents and do something different with my life, kind of a coming-of-age thing, I guess. I don't know. I've just seen people being like, this is good. So, cool. So, yeah, we'll think of other options. But my top 2 right now are, like, Love Struck in the City or Reply 1988. So.
Well, I'm cool with whatever the K-drama Twitterverse picks for us.
Okay. Me too.
They tell me what to watch, I watch it.
Unless it's the Uncanny Counter Season 2.
And Jong-mil has been killed, yeah.
Yes. We're not even going to list that as an option.
Everyone can go to hell at that point.
You're going to need to take a break from K-dramas like Alex.
She's a great character.
I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Again, look out for our polls. And we will talk to you guys next week for the finale.
Yay!
Yay!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.